well as the marketing for Shop 716. It's been a focus of ours to help with the businesses and what's been going on due to the pandemic. And I'm glad you've all opted into the Shop 716. Like I said, we had our 50 for 50 last week. So I'm hoping a lot of you saw some action from customers. We have 25 for 25 now that we will be doing as long as we are able to until supplies last. I really think it'll be a huge help to all of you. But I want to thank all of you for being Erie County businesses and for hanging tough through this pandemic. And I'm hoping the Shop 716 programs and some of our other programs have helped you all out.
Great, thank you, Andy. We appreciate the counties helping our community here in Western New York.
And obviously one other thing, the Amherst Chamber of Commerce, which has been our partner in Shop 716, the Visit Buffalo Niagara, which has been our partner in Buy Local, and 43 North, who was our partner in the grant program. All three have been amazing, business organizations, and have partnered with Erie County to help get these funds out to all of you and to help the businesses out. So a huge, huge thank you to Christine and AJ Baines and the Amherst Chamber and our other organizations that have helped us. So sorry, I wanted to add that in. So thank you all.
Sounds good, thank you. So we have a few of you that are on today, and we're just going to go over a couple things, some just housekeeping things down at the bottom. I'm sure you're aware with Zoom by now, there's a Q&A and there's a chat. Please feel free to add any Q&A in there or any chat amongst yourselves, and we'll try to address any suggestions, comments, and thoughts that you guys might have as we go through this. And we won't take up too much of your time. And then Raquel from YIFTI, our technology partner, is also going to speak to a couple things, but let's just start with some basics. The Shop 716 2021 program launched last Monday, and it started with a 50, buy a 50, get a 50, and that ended last night at midnight. Starting today, we have it where it's buy a $25 or more, and you get a free $25 while supplies last, limit one per purchaser. And your purchased cards do not expire, but the free cards that are being given by Erie County will expire by December 30th of this year. And that is by design, so that we can try to get this money into our local businesses as soon as possible to ensure that they can find some recovery. Because if you have a strong small business foundation in your community, you have a strong overall economic community. And that's what we want for Western New York. So it is by design. And please note that it is through December 30th, not the 31st. And Raquel, can you see my screen? I just want to make sure I get a nod that you see my, okay, great. Thank you. Great. So we are doing quite a bit of marketing. We have some concentrating on radio on every station that's out there. You're going to hear our radio commercials from now through the beginning of October. During the month of October, all radio stations have been given some free cards to do in their giveaways. And then we'll start and pick up back on some radio for November and December. November messaging is going to concentrate on Buy the 25 and also Black Friday and Small Business Saturday for after Thanksgiving. And we know that that's a huge holiday or a huge shopping opportunity for our businesses. So we're going to focus our messaging on that. The month of December, we will be focusing on messaging that reminds people to use their free card before they expire, because we want them to spend the money and to make sure that they don't lose it. And then since this is a merchant training, I do want to share that since you have opted in, you did agree to the merchant agreement from YIFTI. If there's any questions on the merchant agreement, we can answer those at the end of this. But once you opted in, I just want to make sure all of you know that you did agree to that. There's not much in there that's anything you need to know. Really, the bulk of the agreement becomes to us as administering the entire program. There is no fees to participate in the program. It is entirely MasterCard driven. And the only fees that you would have to pay is to MasterCard in your normal MasterCard settlement at the end of the day when you're doing your regular credit card settlement or your batch processing. To be part of the Shop 716 community, you need to be in Erie County, and any industry can be included. The key here is that you need to be local, you need to be independent, and you need to be in Erie County. And if you are, you're able to opt in. We had 750 merchants last year when we launched in mid-November. We did some cleanup for some retailers to keep the database nice and clean. So if anyone was on here and you were on last year and then you weren't and you had to re-opt in, that was why we did the cleanup. But as you know, it only takes a couple minutes to put your information in your email. It sends you the email and you will get a Yifty 10-cent MasterCard that you need to process. That creates the technical handshake with Yifty and MasterCard that they need to make sure that these cards can only be used in our little community, and they cannot be used in any big box stores. So you can't use them at Walmart or Target or Wegmans or Tops, because that's not the spirit of the program. You can't use it at Amazon, anything like that. It's only this list of local independent businesses. And you can find everything at amherst.org/shop716. And I have up a whole bunch of green buttons up there, and it'll include the participating merchants. If you find that your information is incorrect or it needs updating, just drop an email to shop716@amherst.org and we will correct it for you. We had some people that might have typoed a phone number, an email address, or maybe you just moved and we just need to know that. So we can help you throughout there. I have on here that you can, any business that can opt in. We have a wide variety. It doesn't matter if you're an alpaca farm or you're a CPA or you're a spa. We welcome all of you as long as you met those three requirements: local, independent, and that you are in Erie County. And we do have quite a few businesses that are out there that don't have a brick and mortar, but they're doing website only or telephone sales. And that is completely fine as long as you're able to process more than one tender. Not all websites are equipped to handle 2 tenders, because if you have a $25 Shop 716 e-gift card and you have a $50 order, they first need to be able to process the $25 and then a second tender for the balance. So that's what's key for the people that don't have brick and mortar. And we can answer more questions on that if anyone has anything. Here, this is just a sample of what the different images would look like. This first one on the side here is the test email with the 10-cent gift card from Yifty that you need to process in order to opt into the program. Secondly is, once someone buys it, this is what an email would look like, and it would have a little message in there and who it's from and what the value is. And then this is what the text would look like, and you can click this blue hyperlink and then it looks like this last image over on the side. The purchase cards do not expire. The free promotional cards do expire December 30th of 2021. Now, by law, credit cards or these gift cards do not expire. And you're going to say, well, they have an expiration date on it. That is true. Because to process a MasterCard, you have to have those key elements in order to process the transaction. However, if it got to that date and there was still value left on the card, it would update the year. I think, Raquel, is it by 2 years? I think possibly, right? Yeah, I think it updates every 2 years. So really it doesn't expire, but it will decrease in value if not used. And we'll go over that in a moment. Merchant support, we have the banners out this year, courtesy of the Erie County Bicentennial. Erie County is celebrating their 200th anniversary. So they were kind enough to get these Oxford wool pennants made up for us. And they were shipped out last week to all the merchants. If you did not get one, let me know and we'll get you one. And that was kind of exciting. And kind of gives that retro feel for people who remember baseball or things like that. But also Oxford Pennant is a local independent business here in Buffalo, so we love to support them. So it was kind of cool to bring that all into one campaign together. If you have questions, like I mentioned, you can always email shop716@amherst.org. We have a team of people that are helping us every single day. Sometimes you'll see stuff from me, but I do have Connor and Camille and Lucy that are helping us here locally. And when we need further help, we outreach to YIFTI in California for things that we might not be able to handle for some reason. You can always call us at 716-632-6905, option 8. There's not a person that answers that. However, it will leave a message and it goes to whoever's on that day and they will get back to you within 24 hours. This is an example of the static cling that is intended for your window or your door. And I have plenty of those. If anyone needs them, let me know and we'll just mail them out. And these are the tent cards that can be folded. The tent card has a QR code where if you scan it with your phone, it'll take you to the website so that people can check their balances, which we're going to also talk about that, about the redemptions. And I'm going to let Raquel take care of this, this slide. Go ahead, Raquel.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining. So let's talk about redeeming the Shop716 gift cards. It's super important to know that the gift cards have to be redeemed for the balance or less than the balance on the gift card. All electronic gift cards reflect the current balance. And you can check the balance, which just Christine was just talking about. But just make sure that you don't charge more than the gift card balance, because if not, the gift card gets declined. If it gets declined, YIFTI immediately sends out an email to the customer. It says, oops, it looks like you tried to charge more than your gift card balance. So the customer can correct the issue. But just to let you know, to avoid that whole thing, to not charge more than the gift card balance. If the total bill is $100 and they have a $50, exactly. So if somebody wants to purchase something that's more expensive than the balance that they have on their gift card, you can split the bill, like splitting between 2 payment methods like you normally would. But again, just make sure you're not charging more than the gift card balance. Yeah, so exactly. If the total bill is $100 and they have $9.95, process the $9.95 and then use cash or a second card to pay for the rest. You can check the balance on the YIFTI website or on a QR code, or it will be reflected on all electronic gift cards. So going to the website or the QR code is more for printed out gifts. There's always the option to print out your gift. But if the person is bringing the gift card in on their phone or their tablet or their computer, it will reflect the current balance. So you don't have to worry about checking anything. Exactly. Automatic updates. And okay, so fraud is super important. I know that you guys are wondering, okay, so what if a fraudulent gift goes through? Who's going to pay for that? YIFTI will pay for that. We work with a third-party security system that screens every single gift. We've been doing this for a long time, so we've gotten good at making sure that fraudulent gifts don't go through. But if they did, if something like that happened, YIFTI is going to cover the costs. So you don't have to worry about any of that. Again, we are actively preventing fraud, but if something were to happen, we're going to cover the costs. Anything else you want me to add over here, Christine?
No, I think we're good there. I think there might be some questions that we can take at the end if there is on that topic. Social media. So make sure that you're following the Amherst Chamber. You can follow our links right from our website, but we are promoting and sharing our merchants, especially during the week through Instagram, because we've had a lot of great partners that are posting it up and then we're resharing it up in our story and things like that. So there's been some fun little images that our merchants have been making, and I'm going to use Buckminster Cat Cafe, which is downtown if you haven't been there, and they have like you can have lunch, and I think they have a liquor license there too, but you can have lunch or brunch, and you get to visit with the cats that you can rescue. And they actually had laid down the pennant and took a really cool picture with the kitties. So that was kind of cool, and it was fun to share. So make sure that you're following us and using the hashtag Shop716, hashtag ShopLocal716, hashtag ShopSupportLocal716, EC200, which is the bicentennial, of course, our Buffalo Love, and YIFTI. And I think Yifty is occasionally also sharing some stuff out on their social media. I did send out graphics to all of the merchants. If you're a new merchant and you haven't received those, just drop me an email and I will send them to you in case you wanted to create something of your own, which we are totally fine with. The $50 is over. So now we're on the $25. We've made it through about half the funds right now. So we still have about half the funds left. So that'll probably take us another month, I'm guessing. So just the goal is to get the money out there and to let people know. And through the social media avenues is probably one of the most important ways of doing it. I did want to share, when I visit retailers, when I'm out and about, both Elmwood businesses and the Hurdle businesses share with me, and have done it while I've been in the store, where their person who's at the register says, as people are walking in, did you get your Shop716? What are you talking about? Go and buy it right now. And then they buy it while they're in the store, and they just doubled what they were going to spend in the store, because now they're in there and they're going to spend it. So these businesses have really shared that has been very successful when they're encouraging it. The Totally Buffalo store in Sheridan too says she has them buy right in line, and then they double what they're spending before they even walk out of the store. So that's kind of cool. So we have the graphics available. If anyone wants any special graphic, just let me know, drop me an email, and I can probably, if you give me a couple of days, I can turn around a graphic for you, or I'll send it to you. And you can just put your own logos on it. So I highly encourage you to logo it up. So anything that you see in pink is the $25. The gold was the $50, and that went away now. And the goal is also just to remind people to make sure that they're using their free cards so that we can help you, the merchants. Some other notes. Yifty does have a small nominal fee that when you buy a gift card, an e-gift card, it is $225 on a $25, $350 on a $50 card, and so on and so forth. Right now, Erie County is paying all those fees. So nobody has to pay anything more right now other than the $25 that they're spending on the gift card. So that's a huge incentive that Erie County is helping out our community, just to make sure that we're driving the business to these small independent businesses like you that are here. We do have this year, which we did have it last year, but Erie County wasn't supplying money. Last year, they were paying the fees for it, but this year we're actually incenting the first 20 corporate businesses that come in with a $2,500 match. So if you or a business that you know wants to spend $2,500 or more, we will match the $2,500. I'm at around 8 or 9 right now, so I have a couple more that are still available. National Grid was our first one. We were excited for them because they purchased them and they're going to be donating them to first responders. And COVID is still here. The Delta variant is still, unfortunately, here in Western New York. I think our rate is at 4%. I think I saw this morning, or 3.9%. And, our medical professions are still really swamped with trying to work through this. So we have some businesses that want to recognize them. So that was an example. We have another very large business who is in the process of doing this, and they're going to be doing something similar, and they're going to be donating them to the community for the people that have been helping this past 18 or 20 months that we've been in COVID. So you can either use them for your employees or your team as incentives or gifts for the holidays or anything like that. So if anyone wants more information on that, please let me know. I did want to share that, sorry, my phone is ringing, that this website, amherst.org, Shop716, Raquel, you can see my screen, correct? My website, okay, great. This has information they can buy now, just tell them to come here, the Yifty account. If anyone is in your store and they said, I bought one, but I never got my free one, They can do one of two things. They can log into their Yifty account, because every time when you purchase a card, and if you haven't purchased one, I encourage you yourself to buy one so that you can understand how the process works. You can log into your account and see them there. But the free card is in their email and it comes from Erie County. So if they just search in their email, Erie County, that's where the email is going to come from that will have the free card in it. So they're going to get two emails, one with their purchase card and a second email that says it's from Erie County. And it's two cards. So it's the card you purchase and then the free card. So they can get in there. We have the participating merchants. You can check your balance. I update this pretty frequently as questions come up. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I should probably put that on the website. So if you ever have any suggestions on improvement on this, I'm all ears. Let me know and I will enhance it. We have the merchant agreement on here. We have how to redeem it for those that want to opt in. We have a picture of the banner that's up there. And I also have the logos there that you can download and use for your own use. National Grid was our first corporate give back program. And we have some other things partnerships that we're going to be doing with the city of Buffalo that I'll be updating this week. And a couple of things we have up our sleeves for the next couple months. That is really the bulk of it. I think it tends to be pretty easy. However, we wanted to have this webinar for our merchants in case there was questions that we didn't address. So I would like to open it up to any Q&A or any chat for anyone out there that has any questions. We must have did a good job today, Raquel, because it doesn't seem like there's anything that has come in.
No, no questions, nothing on activation cards, nothing you want to know.
Nothing. So, all right. Well then, oh, here we go. We got a couple of chats coming in. Let's see. We covered it all. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Thank you for telling us that we covered it all. We're here to support you. If I can leave you with nothing else, we are here to support you. Yifty's here to support you. Let us know if you have any ideas on suggestions on how we could maybe really make sure our messaging is getting out to the community to come and shop locally. We're all ears. This is a community-driven initiative, and we're excited that we've been able to be a part of it, but we're definitely open to those suggestions. A question came in. If we were part of the program last year, do we need to activate again? If you redeemed last year, you do not need to. Melissa, if you can tell me who your company is, I can verify whether you're in the program or not.
Yeah, I wanted to add to that. If you don't need to activate again unless your POS system has changed. If you've changed anything in your processor or something like that, then you do need a new activation card.
And I'm going to check for King Condrels right now. So you can see my screen, everybody, how I went to participating merchants, and here's the map. And it's alphabetical. And I'm just going to scroll through to K. And I see King Condrels right here on Delaware and Kenmore Avenue. So, oh, you have changed POS. I'll drop you an email and we can correct that. So we are, I think, up to 710 today. And I have them coming in every single day. And, share with your community, share with your business partners. And we thank everybody for coming in today and joining us on this webinar. And no, Vidlers, you're in there. Actually, I know that you're in the Vidlers because I see you have a lot of redemptions often. So you guys are doing a pretty good job out there with it. So thank you for doing that.
The only reason
I'll show you on the map just in case.
The only reason anybody would have to activate again is if you change POS systems. If not, or if you added a POS system, maybe you have more than one checkout now, then you wouldn't have to run another activation card. But besides that, don't worry about it.
And there's Vidlers right here.
Somebody requested a change. Did you request with Yifty or did you request with Shop716?
Are you a yoga studio? Catherine, I can help you if I'll find your name and I can follow up with you after this for sure. Oh, Buffalo Gals. Let's see. I'll just check you right now. Buffalo Gal Organic Skincare. Oh, Buffalo Gals White Rabbit Design. Oh, I have your email actually open. White Rabbit Design. I'm following up with you today. I will get that updated. Sorry about the delay, but I will get that going. Actually, when I get off of this.
Oh, I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to add something. Anybody
Sure.
that's running activation cards, those of you that have changed POS systems, remember that activation cards can take up to 24 hours to process before you can start redeeming the gifts. So get those activation cards and run them sooner rather than later. Don't wait to have somebody in your store wanting to redeem a gift card and not have run the new activation card.
There is a printable list here. It's probably easier to scroll through. So I'm going to check Keizu Boutique as well. Which I don't see Keizu. I will follow up with Keizu after this and see what we can do to get you in this list. And Arts Cafe in Springville. Arts Cafe in Springville. You're good to go. All right, everybody. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to support you. And thank everyone for attending and have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.